Hello, good morning.
Yep, and welcome to a brand new Thursday edition of your favorite family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah, we absolutely love starting the day early, bright and early, just here with you. And having you begin with us is even more lovable.
It is. How is 2022 so far?
So far, so good. Great food, great music. Not so bad news.
Okay, all right.
Good news so far. And hey, it's all about new beginnings. So let's consider today the 6th blank page of the 365-page book.
So, did you put up a resolution? Did you put up something?
I actually avoided it.
Okay.
But I did give myself a pledge to be the best at everything.
So actually, resolutions do work for me, and I'm continuing something on from last year. At times, people talk about it to give accountability, but I would want to say to you that, hey, come on, just keep them. Yeah, you might not fulfill them as it were, but it could give you some sort of guardians. Now, somebody who is guiding us through this week.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm being cheesy with my legs now. Is Winfrey. Winfrey, you have to turn and show that head.
That from you. Literally failed my hand. What's me on that?
Winfrey, we need to see that.
I thought we had an understanding. Leave that for Tizzy and Maz, you know. There's no cheese allowed. This is a no cheese zone.
Winfrey, I am immensely sorry. It won't happen again.
Please, I loved it. I loved it. I did. We're spreading the cheese, all the smiles, all the happiness, all the joy, linking every bit of joy together to make this big bundle of joy is the best thing we could do for you. And of course, we're about to kick off another amazing experience right here in the TVC studios, right in the heart of Lagos.
All right. Now, of course, remain tuned to us and ensure that you're with us all 1 hour, 45 minutes of the show. My name is Mike Messiken.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv or on Facebook at TVC Connect. Please use as many kind comments as possible. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Another way to connect with us is via app available on iOS and Android stores for you to download. And then also, you can follow us at TVC Entertainment on YouTube.
Thursdays are our artsy days, and we'll be having an art display today where we'll be checking out some beautiful art pieces from a visual artist who likes to be addressed as a non-binary artist, Elizabeth Epwetison. She holds a painting degree from the University of Port Harcourt, and the figurative body of work is all about self-acceptance, women, and many other subject matter. Can't wait to get to the crux of that one.
It's
very colorful. But before
one of the Brick and Lace people.
I
don't know.
She looks
like,
yeah. But I think the Brick and Lace guys are a lot older now.
Yeah. That song, Love is Wicked, just took the world by storm.
Yeah, Love is Wicked.
It was everywhere.
It was a hard truth.
But after that, we didn't hear so much about them.
No, we didn't, actually.
One-hit wonders. I want to talk about one-hit wonders. I'm not calling them a one-hit wonder. Probably have 1 or 2 more hits. Yeah. But there are times when you do something so good, and you just can't get close to that level again.
Yeah. There's some artists that have actually done great things after then and made more money, but they're most notable for those first endeavors.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean that they're not successful.
Yes.
But the point is that height, it might be a movie. Yeah. It might be even an artwork, anything, maybe a book or something. But that one was just so good that getting close to it. There are a few. Like, it's almost like, okay, so someone like the Genie. Yeah, Genie. Wonderful career. He has been singing good songs, and I think he's doing quite very well. But it almost seems like whenever that ego is just it. Like, you know. I'm not
so now, is it a blessing or is it a curse? Should you pray to not have songs that actually hit so bad that you probably never get to that
in this day of
stuff
streamings
anymore?
Now. In this day of streamings now, the song can always, you know, you just do something and then it comes back. And people just, it's almost like Mariah Carey with
the Christmas song. She hit 1 billion streams.
Yes. And I think that works for her because it's Christmas and the season that comes every year. So even with every year, she still makes money from it.
Every single year, she's cashing out.
Every single like J1.
I need those kind of things. J1, this year.
Good morning once more. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. It is time for the news. My name is Winfrey Dania McCullough. President Muhammadu Buhari has ruled out the option of pardoning the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Although he acknowledges the possibility of a political resolution, but he believes the IPOB leader must answer for his actions over the years, especially while he was out of the country. In November last year, President Muhammadu Buhari had promised to consider the request of some leaders from the Southeast region to release Mr. Kanu, who is facing treason charges preferred to him against him by the Nigerian government. Although he told the Igbo leaders under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats that they had made an extremely difficult demand, he insisted that the best thing was to subject the IPOB leader to the judicial system. In a media parley, the president doubted if Mr. Kanu was willing to return to the country to clear his name from all allegations against him after he fled in 2017. The Lagos State Tribunal of Inquiry into the collapse of the 21-story building on Gerrard Road in Ikoyi has submitted its report to the state government. Presenting the report at the governor's office in Alausa, the tribunal chairman, Toyin Ayinde, stated that the team was able to execute the assignment successfully. He explained that they visited the project site for a general assessment, coordinated the activities of the consultants who conducted tests on the site, as well as received and reviewed documents from the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies. Mr. Ayinde revealed that the tribunal also conducted 35 interview sessions, interrogated 91 people, requested and received 21 memoranda, as well as accessed the home of the late Chief Executive Officer of Fourscore Heights Limited, Olufemi Oshibona. According to him, the visit was to rather relevant information to support the tribunal's fact-finding mission. Having received the reports, the Lagos State governor pledges to implement the committee's reports. And outside of Nigeria, a Colombian man has been arrested by the United States government for his alleged involvement in the assassination of the Haitian president, Jovenel Moïse, who was killed in his bedroom last July. The Colombian National Police says in a statement Mario Palacio was extradited to the U.S. from Panama on Tuesday. Mr. Palacio was one of the few suspects that managed to flee to Haiti after President Moïse's assassination. He eventually ended up in Jamaica, where he was captured by authorities for entering the country illegally. In a statement, the U.S. Department of Justice said Mr. Palacio was being deported from Jamaica to his home country when he was intercepted during a layover in Panama. The 43-year-old has been charged with conspiracy to commit murder or kidnapping outside the United States and providing material support resulting in death, knowing or intending that such material support will be used to prepare for or carry out the conspiracy to kill or kidnap. And that's all for news for now, and it's time for sports. Mike.
Welcome back. Let's find out what's happening on the covers of the papers this morning. And today is Thursday, January 6th, 2022. The Nation newspaper is where we begin today. It says here, Buhari, why I won't disclose my preferred 2023 candidate. Decision to protect likely successor. I will sign electoral amendment bill when reworked. And there's an interesting quote right there as the story begins right there on the cover and wraps up on page 6. Federal government to lay off workers, severance package being worked out, says Minister, Labour kicks. Outrage over CSP's refusal to obey Sanwo-Olu governor's AGF clash. And the story starts there and also wraps up on page 6. Right at the bottom there, Lagos government clears 5 Dowen College pupils. And I think page 2 has more on that story. And right at the top here, Gazette classifying bandits terrorists out. Order may affect IPOB. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation. We also have the Vanguard newspaper this morning. It says here, insecurity, uproar as Buhari says state police not an option. Page 5 has more on that. Police officers' disrespect of Sanwo-Olu, unacceptable intrusion, say Southwest governors. Condemn AGF Malami for moral turpitude. Malami berates Southwest governors, insists on enforcement of Supreme Court's verdict, saying state police not an option means Buhari is comfortable with killings in the land, says PDP chair Ayu. And 52 northern groups back Buhari, say state police a recipe for disaster. And there's quite a few other comments there. Federal government rebuffs private sector, imposes 10 naira per litre tax on soft drinks. Page 19 has more on that. And let's see what else we have. Yeah, let's wrap it up with this. On Oromoni's death, Lagos government exonerates Dowen College students and staff. Page 11 has more on that on the cover of the Vanguard. And that's all we have time for when it comes to the papers. But as always, we have so much more. There's fitness. All right. So I've actually been doing some actual fitness myself. Mike is stretching.
I need a massage, man. Serious, no jokes.
You've been to the gym, right?
A professional. No, this one just, it's like that girl. You remember that last year? Eh? I saw one girl doing squats with weights.
Okay.
And me and I went to show myself. That team is still, so it will go and come. So I now wanted to ask, if this girl can do it now, what is there? This thing? Not knowing that for everything in life, look, you cannot see somebody who has been doing something for a while and feel like you can't. You need to grow into it.
Yeah.
And I just jumped in and went on 20 kg.
Wow.
I just went the first one. I could not come up again.
Well, you know the bar itself is like 5 kg.
Do you understand?
So
it's like 10.
It's like 10 kg.
So I went up and then I locked. I just stood like this for like 10 minutes. And this girl was now increasing the thing. I was saying, my mind, you don't know what you have done.
Right.
But
I'm sticking with my boxing. Yeah,
cool.
Boxing classes.
Great one. Find a way. But, it should always be a New Year resolution to do something about your fitness, as much as you can.
I like this new get-up, by the way. I've been wanting to say it since, but I've been looking for a perfect time.
What?
Look like a sugar boy in training.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
In training?
Yes.
I need more training as it sounds. So.
No, but you know, a lot of people are adjusting their outlook on how they dress, how they perform, how they behave.
And there's red hair also.
Oh,
I think you should make it a signature.
Oh, really?
Lady in the red
Mama
hair.
Titi is watching you at home.
Is that what we're doing now?
No.
We feel look great on, was it Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
I don't know why you're not be posting pictures on Instagram. I wanted to go and shout, Eskelebe, Tulebe.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let's get to it.
But I was talking about people who look good because someone who almost always looks good is RMD. He has this unique take on style, fashion. He's almost always on social media in the limelight, looking good. You know, so a lot of people are emulating him, but then also emulating how he's decided to take on his marriage in terms of the public eye. We don't really hear much about
it,
his...
which is, and he put up a post to celebrate his 21st anniversary to his wife, a very beautiful post. But one line there, I think it really struck a chord with a number of people. He spoke about how he appreciated her for giving up fame. Now this is for giving up fame for the family. You understand? And people misconstrued what he said, and there has been back and forth. Feminists and all of that. Feminists and all of that came after him. You know, why should a woman? Can't a man give up, you know, his own, can't a man make marriage work by giving up fame and all of that and all of that? But then he put up a classy response. It was so classy. I was like,
mature,
Maybe let's get to see a bit of a response and then we'll talk about it.
I love the way he did that.
For me,
I love the way he did it. He didn't get dressed up for it.
No.
He didn't get all, you know, he didn't use it as like another tool for publicity for himself. He just wanted to respond. And I love the way he ended it, you know, like really giving up. The last comment was about, hey, if it's RMD, man, I'll give up my career kind of comment.
Like,
but he's like, really, you should do what you want to do.
Exactly.
And I can still remember watching his wife on TV. She used to have an afternoon show on a particular station here in Lagos. She was on every afternoon, and I used to watch. I was such an ardent viewer of that show. And she had this really great way of doing things. But then she made that decision to stop it, and then nobody really heard from her in terms of that particular career path. And she just, it was her choice. So it wasn't like he forced her. It wasn't like he made her do it.
The truth of everything is that no matter what you do, people will still talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not too long ago, I actually went through over a comment on social media, and it was the same thing. So in this situation, it was actually the man, right, who literally stepped back. Right, it's not like he stepped. He's still doing what he's doing, but his wife is more in the lime, the public eye, and all of that kind of stuff, doing great things all over. And of course, they came for her. That oh, okay, you've turned your husband into a vegetable. You know that. So it's the same. So that's the thing. So no matter what people do, people will definitely talk. In the end, it's to do what works for you. Do you understand? Once you have an understanding and all of that, that's all that matters. And what he said was that the man literally, or rather, she knew and she had made up her mind even before she got married that this was what she wanted to do. So nobody made her do anything.
Yeah. And then one thing I want to talk about, it came into my mind this morning, and also that you don't see it on social media does not mean it doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or that somebody doesn't show everything. There's some people, it doesn't mean they're not successful.
Yeah.
You've not seen a post and all of that. I mean, I could be a banking executive and I don't mean and I'm top up there. And I don't need to put what I'm doing on social media. But now we've equated social media visibility to success.
Exactly. Just like, I'm just going to throw this in my little vain moment. Just like say, I was looking dashing on Tuesday, but I didn't make a post.
Yeah.
That was one out of 1 million.
And then there are a lot of people over-posting, and there's literally nothing under the surface.
Many
of
times.
those posts.
Exactly.
Many times.
They post in front of other people's houses.
Many times.
In front of other people's cars. In other people's clothes. Borrowing other people's shoes. So please.
Make it louder.
Come on, to yourself, man.
Wow.
But anyways, I love that classy response by R&D, and here's the best wishes: 44 more years in good life and health to your marriage. So, all right, we'll just take this time out now. There's quite a bit more to come on the show. Stay with us.
Welcome back. It's time for another edition of the Wake Up Nigeria Kitchen. Yes, so Chef NC Splash is here, and she has put a splash of color in our kitchen. We're ready to make something sweet today. What is it called?
It's called grilled plantain.
Grilled plantain?
Yeah.
After all the prelim I gave you, just say grilled plantain. Okay, so is it a special type of grilled plantain we're making today? Because there's a lot more here than just plantain, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's going to be grilled, then we'll serve it with, I'll make a kind of sauce with these veggies and serve it with
chicken.
Yeah, with the chicken.
You wanted to avoid that chicken conversation.
No, chicken.
Chicken is the main.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're making the plantain the main thing. The chicken is the main thing.
Yeah. Okay,
all
we
right.
have the chicken breast too.
So, in order to prepare for this, we need a set of ingredients, and we have them right here. So let's list them for people so that they can try it at home. First up, we have, of course,
the plantain.
The plantain. This plantain is a lot darker than we're used to.
Yeah.
Any particular reason why you selected this?
Yeah, I chose this because I'm working on creating more dishes for the diabetic patients and other people. So that's why I like handling plantain. Yeah.
All right. So unripe.
Unripe.
Can I do it
Can
with
be
ripe?
semi-ripe. Can work with ripe. Yes.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Now let's talk a bit about the chicken. Is this frozen chicken? Is it, what do they call it, orobo?
No, it's the normal chicken. It's the fresh chicken, but the breast. It's just the chicken breast we're using.
Breast only. Okay, fantastic. We also have some vegetables here. This is cabbage, and of course your pepper selection.
Peppers, yes.
All right. So this goes into your sauce.
Yes.
All right. Slicing, dicing.
Yeah.
Shredding. Shredding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Now, the spices, let's go over the spices. Where did these go?
Yeah, this will go to the sauce.
Okay,
while I'm working on the veggies.
This is
black pepper, thyme, curry,
and
seasoning,
cubes. Beautiful.
onions, and garlic.
Beautiful. Yeah. Now, this is butter, right?
Yes.
And I think you're using that in place of oil?
Yes. Once you use that to do the grilling, because it has less cholesterol.
All right. So what's the first thing I need to do? Okay, I've got all my ingredients set in my kitchen. What would you do first?
Okay, to work on the plantain, we'll have to peel it, slice it, and steam it a little. Steam for 5 minutes, yes.
Slice?
Yeah.
And steam.
For 5 minutes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let us begin. Can I help? Can I help?
Yes, you can.
All
it's going to stick to your hand.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. So we're grilling plantain, yes?
Yes, yeah.
And we have the ingredients on your screen here. Obviously, there's a lot more to this meal than just grilled plantain. There's garlic, spices, butter, onions, cabbage, seasoning, bell peppers, black pepper, chicken breasts, and semi-ripe plantain. I've always had challenges trying to peel semi-ripe plantain.
Okay, so you do it this way.
Okay.
And you pull it back.
Oh,
it opens faster, yes. You shift it.
This one now new skill. You know what? I'm going to let you do this.
All right.
I'm going to go old school. It's not working. But you're doing it so well.
Yeah, it's what I do.
Okay,
so use your hand. Use your knife. I caught
myself on national TV. All right, okay, I'm getting it. Oh my gosh, I got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. But it's one of the first things I started teaching my kids to do, peel plantain.
But you're doing well.
The yellow one, not this one. The plantain is going to be grilled. Where are you grilling it? On the pan?
Yeah, it's going to be pan grilled. Pan grilled, that's how it's called. I'll use the pan to grill it.
How similar is it to bole?
No, bole is roasted.
Okay.
Yeah, and this one is grilled with the butter, so it's not the same thing.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So you're frying it whole in my mind. In my mind, you're putting it in a pan and you're frying it whole. Is it similar to frying it?
Yeah.
Pan frying?
Yeah, that's why I do the grilling, because it reduces the quantity of oil you're taking in.
Okay.
So to avoid the frying, you can use grilling.
All right. Yeah. Looks like a plan. Looks like a plan. While we are getting these plantains prepped, looking all nice and colorful, we're going to be heading over to the plantain connoisseur himself. One of those people that whenever he sees plantain, oh, goodness me, there's go slow in the kitchen because he won't let you get anywhere near it until he has it. So I'm going to go call security to secure you while you're cooking this plantain because I don't want Mr. Mike Messikeno coming anywhere close.
Wow.
Speaking of Mike Messikeno, I hope you heard my warning just now. The floor is yours, dear.
Plantain over yam, Titi. You know, right?
Plantain over yam, always.
You know. All right. Okay, we have a wonderful artist here in the house. We're checking out some beautiful art pieces by a non-binary visual artist, Elizabeth Epwetison. And she also a painting degree from the University of Port Harcourt. Their figurative work body is about self-acceptance, women, and other subject matters. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Interesting personality, I must say. Let's talk about you as a person before your artwork. How did art start for you growing up? Was it something you started growing up? Let's talk about you.
Yeah,
being an artist.
Art has always been part of me. Growing up, that's all I want to do. My spare time, anytime. So any money that came my way, I just buy art materials, books. That's just what I wanted to do. And I had a very supportive family.
That's what I want to talk about, because not everybody gets a supportive family when it comes to art and all that.
No. My family, they really understood that part, that art was a major thing for me. And for them, they didn't even see me doing anything else. I'm being happy at it. So.
Wonderful. You're happy at this. Yeah. I can see that. Now, when did it dawn on you? When did the realization come that you were non-binary as a person?
Okay, so growing up, I've always had that feeling of not fitting in any section of it. So most times, most people look at me and they say I act like a guy, but inside I don't really feel all that manly, and I don't also feel like a lady. But so at a point in my life, 3-4 years ago, I started doing more research into the whole thing. That what is it? Why am I like this? And why the difference? And it also engineered my paintings too, because I had to start talking about people who don't fit in, who the society expect to live under a particular stereotype, and they were not doing that. So that was when I realized that the gender spectrum is kind of large. It's not just boxed into the sex is that it's male and female. Yeah.
All right.
So when I had that realization, I understood that one could be gender fluid, which is non-binary, and
all right.
Yeah.
How has that affected your artwork, your art? Did it affect it in any way?
So yeah, like I said, terms of my art, I work on pieces that sometimes they don't look strictly masculine, and they don't look strictly feminine, because art is like a representation of yourself too. So yeah. All
right. So let's talk about this big piece. There's a big piece by the open space here, and it's some sort of abstract, but it draws you in. Let's talk about that piece. What's the title, and what inspired the piece?
Okay. So my works also resonate from how I'm feeling at that particular moment. So while creating the work, I was going through different feelings, which were tending between hope and somehow despair. Things happening in the country around me, I felt what was going on. I was trying to give up hope, but then I had that burst of feeling that everything is going to be fine too. So that was the reason for the colors around me. So is the title of the work is Hope Amongst Despair.
Hope. I love that name. Yeah. That's very comforting. All right, but this piece is one I would love to hang anywhere on my own foot. It's colorful. It's abstract. At the same time, there's so much I can glean from this. Talk to me about this piece.
Okay, this piece is called Brazen.
Brazen.
Brazen, yeah, and it's all about me talking about those who, by their physical look, maybe they want to be judged or ostracized. For you to develop that confidence that I am here, you have to see me, you have to hear me out, you have to be brazen enough.
And then the colors and all of that, putting all of this, how long did it take to put this together, by the way?
So I first started painting from my mind, and then I said to canvas, I am actually blessed with speed, so...
Oh, okay. That's nice.
I wouldn't tell you, okay, it took me these days or this amount of hours, but
you get to
the first conception has to happen
in the head. Your mind on that. Now, just before we talk about the final piece, art as a profession, how financially viable is it for you?
For me, it's been great. It's been good. Like,
do Nigerians patronize artwork as maybe you think they should?
It's also a growing market. A lot of people are learning more about art, understanding that it's a great investment. Yeah, so now the conversation is growing. It's actually increasing the collections and collectors that we have amongst us, because a lot of people want to get into arts, but they don't really understand a lot about it.
I know people who also want to buy art, but they say it's expensive, you know, and all of that. And, but then, hey, come on, a good artwork, there's so much an artist puts into it. So, yeah, I can talk about it. Okay, so let's talk about this final piece that we have here. What's it named? I know it looks quite a bit like this, but what's the name and what's the inspiration behind this piece?
There are one as a series, this and this Brazen.
So there are twin pieces or something like that,
yeah? Talking about the same thing.
Do I have to buy both of them? Or can buy just one, yeah?
You can buy both.
Okay, let's talk about how much would a piece like this cost?
So for a piece like this can cost anything from $2,500 and above.
Now that's something that, okay, all right. Now that's what like I mentioned, that's where a number of people come to talk about how art, they appreciate art, but then at times it's not within their reach and all of that. Is there any way that art can be accessible to maybe those who feel like it's not within their reach? Is there any way? You think maybe in the future or something? Is it possible?
Of course, art can always be accessible for anyone and everyone.
That don't have that kind of money. That's the point now.
The fact that they don't have that kind of money doesn't necessarily mean that they must have this. One can be done to tell to their needs. So I also do commissions sometimes. So I do things that is tailored to the person's needs.
All right. Have you had any exhibitions 5 years, 10 years from now, projecting to the future? Where do you see yourself and your art?
5 years from now, I see myself quite large at the global market space. Yes, because not just that, having created a lot of impact for the younger generation coming, for them to, lots of people are going to believe more in art.
All right.
And
wonderful. I like that. Now, when we spoke about hope in despair, what's the title? People didn't get to see, but let's get to see that artwork now. Very, very inspirational, I must say. You call it hope?
Hope amongst despair.
Hope amongst despair. That is the artwork there, and it's really beautiful. It's a very large piece, I must say. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And this is wishing you the best.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Excellent morning to you once again from all of us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome to the second lap of the show. We serve you nothing but top of the line, deluxe range entertainment on Wake Up Nigeria.
Absolutely. Now, the second hour comes with so much more. We have breakfast cooking, we have interesting conversations brewing. There's so much lined up to happen over the next 45 minutes that you do not want to go anywhere.
So, Titi, you know it's plantain over yam, yeah?
Yeah, plantain over yam, yes. I do, I know. Plantain over yam any day. We're making plantain in the kitchen, some grilled plantain.
In ogede.
Yes, sir.
In the kitchen with some butter.
Right? That's why they're calling me Ogede. No, I'm not Ogede master. But actually, above all of them is sweet potato.
Ooh, you're doing the sweet potato thing now?
That's numero uno.
Wow, woo.
Really?
Sweet potato.
Okay.
Ladies, you heard it here first.
Sweet potato,
The
plantain.
key.
Yeah.
Mike Mexicano's heart.
The Irish is under.
Sweet.
Irish is under.
Very under. All right, let's get the show on the road. My name is Mike Mexicano.
And I'm Titi Lyle. Let's make sure you have the tools. Just need to stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv if you need to move around, or just visit facebook.com/TVC Connect.
Send your comments. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. And then you can also hit us up via our app, available on both Android and iOS stores.
Yes, so of course you can always catch up on YouTube if you missed anything, like the preparation of the plantain and chicken earlier on. That's going to be on YouTube very, very soon. Just search for TVC Entertainment.
Letters to My Daughters is the book that we're reviewing this week. It's the author is Temilolu Okeowo. It's quite an interesting piece. I'm looking forward to this one coming very soon. But let me just very fast. Oluwatomisin Olani, happy birthday. Your husband Bimwe is wishing you a happy birthday.
So no, the one I did, what happened to it?
You're a darling now, you know. But the only problem as it stands is that you might just, according to somebody, you might be going to hell.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Titi,
according to who?
Mike, you also,
tell us who.
You with this your hair and this your color. And that ring you're wearing.
Oh.
You have a room.
Oh.
Yeah.
In that case, you have a palace.
In fact, Mommy Gio.
Wow. Should I remove the wig?
Mommy Gio has been in the news. She's been trending over the past, what now, 1 month? And we've heard some outrageous stuff. Interesting stuff, I must say. We've seen, you know, from those watching football, in fact, if you teach your kid to be, if you're a football star, you're already here.
Then what I heard also, if you eat, is it chicken or if you eat egg or something weird? I don't know if she's the same person.
There's a particular brand of noodles that if you eat it,
is it good?
you are going to hell.
Hey, there's a particular type of hailing app. If you use it,
if you use perfume, if you wear jean, you are wearing ring,
makeup,
you are wearing anklet, you are wearing makeup, your hair, everything.
You are wearing high heels too. Now.
And you know, I know what the interesting thing about all of this. She really does have a congregation, and people listen to this, and I wonder.
No, the truth of the issue, I mean, for me, considering the fact that I was born a deeper lifer, right? So I grew up with a whole lot of those kind of restrictions, saying, fine, you can't watch TV, you can't wear jeans, you can't wear jewelry, you can't get piercings, you can't do all those many things, right? And growing up in that family, to be honest, right, the truth is, these things are actually in the Bible. Right? However, some of them are taken to the extreme. And you know that's where error starts from. They said error is carrying the truth and then dragging it all the way to the extreme. But then again, when the people that actually propagate this kind of message actually come on, they mean it from a certain kind of angle. However, you know how information changes over time, and when it's being transmitted.
Just
no,
angle.
seriously,
What angle was
the
that?
angle is modesty.
Wait now.
I'm not talking about Mommy Joe. I'm talking of the one I know.
What of the angle of that pastor that was people were that was New Year? They were entering to the New Year, and then if you remember, you will strip in front of the pastor, and then the pastor will now clean the old year from your body and bring you to the New Year.
I'm wondering how modest.
What's the angle of that?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's what are different people and different messages now.
You know what? I know what. Maybe we'll get some videos and just have fun and all of this on Friday. But hey, come on, we just have to take a look.
To each his own.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Winfrey Daniel Akola, and it is time for some more news. President Muhammadu Buhari has ruled out the option of pardoning the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, although he acknowledges the possibility of a political resolution, but he believes the IPOB leader must answer for his actions over the years, especially when he was out of the country. In November last year, President Buhari had promised to consider the request of some leaders from the Southeast region to release Mr. Kanu, who is facing treason charges preferred against him by the Nigerian government. Although he told the Igbo leaders under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats that they had made an extremely difficult demand, he insisted that the best thing was to subject the IPOB leader to the judicial system. In the media parley, the president doubted if Mr. Kanu was willing to return to the country to clear his name from the allegations against him after he fled in 2017. The Lagos State Tribunal of Inquiry into the collapse of the 21-story building on Gerrard Road in Ikoyi has submitted its report to the state government. Presenting the report at the governor's office in Alausa, the tribunal chairman, Toyin Ayinde, stated that the team was able to execute the assignment successfully. He explained that they visited the project site for a general assessment, coordinated the activities of the consultants who conducted tests on the site, as well as received and reviewed documents from relevant ministries, departments, and agencies. Mr. Ayinde revealed that the tribunal also conducted 35 interview sessions, interrogated 91 people, requested and received 21 memoranda, as well as accessed the home of the late Chief Executive Officer of Fourscore Heights Limited, Olufemi Oshibona. According to him, the visit was to gather relevant information to support the tribunal's fact-finding mission. Having received the report, the Lagos State Governor pledges to implement the committee's report. And that will be all for the news for now. And it's time for some sports. Mike.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. Yeah. Now, our chef for the day has been hard at work trying to make sure she makes something absolutely special this morning. So let's tell everyone what we've been making. Grilled plantain.
Yeah.
And we're in the beginnings of a chicken sauce now, yes?
Yes.
All right, so let's go over the ingredients one more time. Of course, the garlic is right there. Spices, butter, onions, cabbage, seasoning, bell pepper, black pepper, chicken breast, and semi-ripe plantains. Woo, nice. So you've just put in some garlic into the butter in the pan.
Yeah.
Right? Did you dice the garlic? Yes, you did.
Yes, it's well chopped, finely chopped, yeah.
Okay, so what goes into that next?
So I'll add the onions.
Okay. Very good. So, can I ask you why you decided to use butter as opposed to oil?
Butter is more healthier than oil.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
butter is a healthier option to oil.
Yeah, this.
You also use butter to grill the plantain.
Yes. Because I'm trying to reduce intake of much oil because it's not too good for the body. So personally, I prefer butter, working with butter.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we also had some chicken here, some fresh chicken. Yeah. So is this like fresh chicken, never frozen? So straight from the market, or?
Yeah,
was
it was not frozen.
It wasn't frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that real chicken,
yeah.
the real one, not all those packaged ones. Okay, all right, I get it.
Okay, so add the cabbage.
Cabbage going in next. Yeah. Straight into the pan. Interesting. Not a lot of people heat up their cabbage.
Yeah.
You know, keep it completely fresh, uncooked.
And some people don't like it fresh too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I got you. So now let's talk spices.
A little seasoning.
So what seasonings are you adding right now? Let's hold on to that. Hold it right there.
Okay.
All right.
Adding seasoning.
Seasoning. And then?
Salt.
Okay.
And I have curry.
Curry powder.
And thyme.
Thyme. Yeah. Curry, thyme, seasoning,
and
salt.
A little black pepper.
And a little bit of black pepper. Yeah. Fantastic. All those flavors seem to be coming together, smelling amazing.
Yeah. And our plantain is almost ready.
Plantain.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've never seen plantain done this way. And I have to say it's encouraging that I don't need all that oil.
Yeah.
To cook my plantain.
Yeah, if you want to reduce oil intake, you can use this. You can go with non-stick pan, where you can fry without oil too.
Okay, so I'm interested in this, your chicken here. I need to look at how you've been able to work the chicken. Did you add spices to it at any point?
I added black pepper and seasoning, yeah.
Seasoning? Which of the seasonings did you add?
I added chicken seasoning.
Chicken seasoning?
That goes with chicken, yes.
Butter, obviously?
With butter, yeah.
Okay.
To make it, and it's juicy.
It looks very juicy. And I can't wait to find out what that tastes like later on.
And the sauce is ready.
Amazing. You know what? I'm getting hungrier and hungrier. It's almost time to plate this up, but it's also time for us to hear from our next guest. Winfrey, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Titi. Please save me some plantain. Thank you. Okay, so just as every other Thursdays, we have book chats. And the book in review today is none other than Letters to My Daughters by Temilolu Okiewo. Okay, so in the last 8 years, Temilolu has been voluntarily and vigorously campaigning for the preservation of virginity to marriage while mentoring girls through some Nigerian leading newspapers. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
Okay, so now this topic and this path you have decided to toe is a very sensitive one.
Yes.
You are aware of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now tell me, what was it that literally inspired you to come and take this particular journey?
Well, to start with, I wrote my first book as a teenager, and the book happens to be on the trials and triumphs of a girl child growing up in a morally decadent society. Yes, I wrote that in my undergraduate days. So some years back, I just decided that I wanted to do something extra or something for the kingdom of God.
Okay.
By writing on topics, you know, that instruct the girl child on the way to go.
Okay.
I mean, sexual purity and everything I'm writing ought to be or is for both gender, but my ministry is for the girls. I would say I have been called for the girls.
Okay, so your ministry. So at what point did you find that ministry? And when you say ministry now, can you elaborate on the word as it pertains to you and what you're doing?
Well, to start with, I have a non-profit called the Girls Club of Nigeria.
Okay.
And then the Girls Apostolic Ministry of All Nations, all aimed at reorientating the girl child in Nigeria and trying to impact the younger female folk generally all over the world.
Okay, so now let's talk about this book, Letters to My Daughters. Now, what inspired this book in particular? Because, I mean, I was actually opportune to have 3 of your books with me yesterday, and I actually saw both of them, or rather 3 of them, including this one, were all targeted as the girl child, So what inspires your writing and your journey as an author?
Well, I would say it's the discovering our spiritual potentials and how to make the most of it in a patriarchal society like we have ourselves in today. And if you notice, I would say the female and the girl child generally are the victims of patriarchy in our society today. But I have realized that if we can look deeply inwards and exploit our God-given spiritual gifts, untapped, unpolluted, uncontaminated, we would live the life of our dreams, no matter what life throws at us. So I would say that inspired me. And then, you know, we, as women generally, we carry enormous power, enormous virtues, innate gifts, wonderful gifts that can actually make our life so beautiful. So the earlier these girls know this and map out a wonderful life for themselves, the better. So that's what inspires me to write. And of course, I write in newspapers as well. So that's what inspires me.
Inspires you to write. Okay, amazing. Okay, so now I'm going through the pages of your book, right? I actually realized that, okay, fine, you spoke mostly about sex and virginity and keeping it to marriage and all of that, right? So now the question that comes to mind is, okay, could it be right to say that you believe that that is one thing that once you get right, you get every other aspect of your life correct? Or do you, or you just think it's one of those things, or is the major thing?
Well, if I call it a major thing, I may not be wrong. Because we're told in 1 Corinthians 6:19, I have to quote the Bible here, which is my inspiration, that our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit and that we should honor God with our body. And we're also told in Acts 1:8 that, and thou shalt receive the power of the Holy Spirit and will be able to do all things. After the Holy Spirit has come upon you, thou shalt have the power to do all things. So what it means is that our body is almost like a powerhouse, the temple of the Holy Spirit. So when you start defiling the temple of the Holy Spirit, your powerhouse, the powerhouse of God, how far can you go? So I see it as a major weapon for girls to employ. And there's nothing bad in that. What has anybody got to do with the devil or having God against him or her? You know? So that's it.
Okay, I get the point you're coming from. But okay, so now let's talk about the challenges you faced putting these books together. What has been the greatest setback for you?
Oh. What if I told you I never faced any challenges?
Oh, really? Okay.
In fact, right now...
No writer's block at any point?
Writer's block? I write practically every day.
Okay.
I have close to 2,000 articles on sexual purity online. So as I'm talking to you, I can tell you before the day runs out, I would have something else coming up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
all right.
I have never had any writer's block. And I feel so, I just decided, though I write on the social media as well, but I decided a lot of girls, especially girls in public school, who live on the poverty level, do not have access to smartphones and Facebook. So I just decided to do this ones, to write at least these 3, and then distribute in public schools so they can learn. There's so much to our spirituality. And if you can get it right at a young age, you would be able to avoid, they would be able to avoid a lot of pitfalls their mothers have had to deal with, which has marred their existence on earth.
Oh, okay.
So no writer's block.
Okay, so no writer's block. Okay, great. Okay, what of the acceptance of the message that you're actually pushing? Okay, is any challenge in that regard too or no? Why are you laughing now? And the questions I'm asking invalid?
Oh my God. Okay. To start with, on Facebook, before Facebook, in the newspapers, the parents read and they write. I get feedback of people thanking me, Muslims and Christians. And at the point they're like, look, you're supposed to be on social media. I've always been a private person. I didn't want that. You're supposed to be on social media. All these girls are there. Then 2015, I got onto Facebook. And today I have about 53,000 followers. But even then, and I have a lot of girls saying, oh, how I wish I knew this earlier. Thank you so much. Mommy, I love you. Auntie, I love you. But there's some people who come there and make me feel like that make me feel I'm crazy. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But you see, I just block them immediately or just ignore, and that's all. So it's well accepted, and they're thankful for the message.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so now something I noticed that's really particular about what you do is the fact that, I mean, for this book, for instance, you actually respond to a lot of messages you get, and then you tell them, and you try to steer them in the right direction. So now, I'll say from the responses, right, something I got was that, okay, fine, of course, it's the same thing. People that are probably looking for a way to make a better lives for themselves, find themselves in situations where probably their bosses or stuff like that are trying to exploit them and get something from them in return for something. So now I notice, so the idea is, okay, virginity, or rather keeping that before you get married. But then again, do you have any aspect that actually talks about when it is the right time for all of that action? Because, okay, do you know why I'm asking this question? Because, okay, for instance, it's kind of home I grew up in, right? Of course, you can't talk to boys. Who is a boy? What is a boy? Do you understand? You can't talk to any, but then you get to a certain age and your parents are expecting you to marry. How? Exactly, so is there a bridge? You explain to them that, fine, there's a bridge. There's a time for all of that and the process for all of that. Or you believe that that ministry is for somebody else?
Well, girls ask me, okay, Auntie, you're saying that we shouldn't have boyfriends, this and that. So when should we have boyfriends? I said, look, as far as I am concerned, between the ages of 0 and 19, you have nothing doing with a guy. Your teenage years are meant to be years to develop yourself academically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, in all, diverse ways. So from 19, and of course, if you're in the university, probably in your 3rd year or thereabouts, why not? And you have a good grade. Ordinarily, I don't think you should get romantically involved with any guy until you're 20. At least at that time, you would have laid a solid foundation for your life, which is going to determine how your life would go. And you would have been free from all sorts of heartaches and things that could derail your destiny. I mean, there's time for everything. There is time for everything. And if these girls are taught this early enough, they'll do better than their mothers.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. There's still so much to ask, but then again, we're short on time. Thank you so much. I think your message is beautifully captured in this book. So definitely, I think this is a book that every girl should read at least once in a lifetime. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I mean,
welcome back.
Yep.
Now, this is a conversation we've been looking forward to. We are joined on the show by a prolific DJ, someone with over 20 years of experience on the turntable.
Agunobi Bobby, that's his name, popularly known as DJ Bobby, one of Nigeria's first and foremost video DJs. Now he'll be here to talk to us about his journey. He's been doing quite a lot. Also, he's been empowering the next generation. He's also into filmmaking and all of that, doing quite a lot. It's great to have you, DJ Bobby. You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, I know that we dragged you from a venue just this morning. You were on the mic overnight. Tell us about that. What were you doing last night?
Yeah, it was an 80th birthday party somewhere in Agege.
Wow.
And believe me, it was an awesome performance, as usual. As a party machine, so the party will never
that's something I also want to ask. Let's talk about the diverse events. I know, I've heard about even funerals having DJs.
Yeah.
How diverse have the events have you? What events have you been invited to that you were like, what? Really? Which events have you been invited to that maybe you felt like it blew your mind or something, like maybe a DJ can't be there or something? Which event was that?
It was a funeral.
You played at the funeral?
Yeah, 5th of November.
Wow. Yeah. Just recently?
5th of November, and I was like, what am I even doing here?
Wow.
There was a band, like 2 bands, playing. And I wasn't even sure if I could, entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
But at some point, I realized that the band became exhausted. The 2 bands, And at that point in time, I just knew this is the right time to. Somehow it was a Yoruba crowd. And I started asking myself, how do I get into these people? The next thing that came to my head was, drop vivid imagination.
Wow.
And that was how everybody, believe me, maybe after this show, I'll show you the review.
Wow.
It was like a 10-page review from the event planner that brought me, guy, you're the life, you saved the party. People got tired, people were not dancing. It now was like where people were just having conversations while music was just going on at the background.
Amazing.
But immediately we jumped on the turntable, it became something else.
I was actually going to touch on that because DJing is an art form. A lot of people don't understand the mathematics involved, the calculation involved, how difficult it is to actually listen to 2 songs at the same time and prepare the crowd for what's coming. So how did you begin this journey, and how did you learn this craft?
Exactly.
To be frank with you, I remember those times way back in secondary school. Shout out to Jimmy Jat. You know how I used to steal my mother's money then to go and make mixtapes. On the regular. Shout out to Jimmy Jat. Shout out to Mix Master T. These guys, were veterans. They've been there for many years. So around 1992, 93. Then I was still in secondary school and all of that. On a weekly basis, I look out for new hits, new songs, and the only way I could get it was to jump on Jimmy's studio. Then and I would take this mixtape, I would go to parties, and I would be forming like I'm the DJ. Put it in the boom box with the headphone, and we do like this. At some point, I realized that I was being so addicted to the craft, and gradually started learning the basic, understanding the beat count, understanding the bar, understanding, crossfading and all of that. To be very frank with you, I had to learn DJing myself. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. After working for government for like 9 years, I used to work with National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. But I realized that, I was just doing that to please my family. It wasn't my passion.
A lot of people you have a lot of people, DJing feels it's in vogue now. But then, it was not so. How were you perceived? As,
I
back
was
then?
seen as one lost son. I'm telling you, it was a big deal. It was serious. It's like big
persecution
deal.
and all of that. Because now everybody can, DJ is a big boy, but then I know it was not like that.
They called family meetings for me that time. I had to just quit because I did my youth service call with National Drug Law. And I was forced to
retain and stay there.
Being a son of a police officer, you have to follow Papa line
exactly.
And all of that. After 9 years, I realized, man, this is
not working.
This is not for me.
I get into trouble on a regular basis because by the time I close work at 4 p.m., at night I'm in the club, doing the normal, hanging out around DJs, hanging around entertainers and all of that. By the next morning, I'll come to work like 11 in the morning. So
and you'll be feeling sleepy or something.
I always get into trouble. So I thought, oh man, I can't do this anymore. Let me just follow the craft. So I left.
There's an additional thing that's come up in the world of DJing now, and that's the hype man
thing.
The hype man thing.
So there are a lot of, in quote, younger guys who have made it a fad that they don't even know how to DJ. But they know how to hype.
And then some DJs are hype men. The hype men also.
So you fall into this category.
Do you hype or do you work with the hype man?
We do both. We hype, in a situation whereby you can't afford to get a hype, or maybe your hype disappoints you. Like I did a gig in, sorry, I won't mention the brand name, but it's known somewhere in GRA. On Friday, yes, that was 31st of December. And the hype man did not come through. He later came like 10 p.m. while the event started like 7. Before then, I carried my microphone. Hey, I was so people, party people, and all of that, and people were responding. And that's another industry that is linked to DJing that that moves because the DJ always comes to the mic. He's the one that does. But this has been in vogue since 15 years ago, but we refuse to accept it. Believe me, in Jamaica, check out all the Jamaican mixtapes. You see the guys doing patois, DJs alongside hype man and all of that. So it's just recently now we started, showing respect to hype man, and clients started allowing you or asking you, are you coming with the hype man? Are you coming with the percussionist? Just to, create an accompaniment to your performance.
Wonderful. Talking about performance, let's feel a bit of DJ Bobby on the Wheels of Steel. Okay, you also sing too. I don't teach other artists. This is what
Bobby in the building. Yeah. And we have Chef NC Splash here. Yeah. And she's prepared some grilled plantain and chicken with a vegetable sauce. We've been looking forward to this. And this is the final presentation. DJ Bobby, we have to make sure that people can check it out. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. DJ Bobby, please tell us what you think. Have a taste and tell us what you think. Yeah? That one would have been presented. Yeah? Yeah, that one would have been presented. Oh, okay. That song, though, is catchy, right?
It's very catchy. Jam. It's such a jam. Love it so much.
Yeah, okay. All right, maybe you should try the plantain. Try the plantain. Try the plantain. Right. So while he's checking that out, we just wanted to say thank you to the chef for coming through for us today. Very interesting take on things. There was no oil used. Yeah. She used butter. And honestly, it was just such an interesting journey preparing this meal today. Everything was pan-grilled. Pan-grilled, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Bobby.
I think I'm still about to do it, but
oh, yeah.
it tastes good.
It does?
Yeah,
all right.
real.
All right.
Thank
all right.
you.
So what do you think?
I like it.
You do?
I like it. It's epic.
Epic?
Yeah.
All right. I'm loving it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today, everyone who was part of the show. Our Artsy Thursdays are special days of the week. Tomorrow is Friday, people.
Yes.
Meaning that tomorrow is game day. And we'd love for you to tune in tomorrow from 7, 8.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, you know your words of wisdom are like gold.
Wisdom, it comes in small. It doesn't come every time.
It doesn't come every time.
For my producer and my director there. For what they just managed to achieve this morning.
Yes.
Both of them are going to hell.
Wow. Mommy Jill, well done. Right. Mommy Jill,
at this point, we are wrapping it up, but we'll be with you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. People, your view is next. Stay with us. Bye.